an interesting one that I saw plenty of people kind of talk about on Twitter today, and I thought it was pretty interesting because it hadn't connected to me because I've been so fixated on Josh Simmons being a beast that I didn't think about this other element to it. So I saw All Chiefed Up, our friends over there. They had talked about Jaylon Moore taking a few snaps at left tackle today, and this week has been kind of a thing. He's been starting to get a little bit rotated more at left tackle, something that hasn't really been seen. It's been very rare at camp to see Jaylon Moore taking snaps at left tackle. He's taking right tackle. He's taking left guard snaps. And remember, he was originally brought in to play that spot before Josh Williams fell into the Chiefs' lap at pick 32. So my question is, and this is something that I saw a lot of discourse going on Twitter today. Do you think it was a mistake by the coaching staff to not give more reps at left tackle earlier in camp, just in case, God forbid, knock on wood, anything happens to Josh Simmons? Again, I saw some say this, but it's like he's already played left tackle, right? So it's not he has to relearn the position. But as far as familiarity, continuity with playing with the Chiefs, could be a different way of playing. Just different things that he wouldn't have to maybe different nuances that he had to learn in Kansas City versus with 49ers.
No, not at all. Not at all. All you're getting down really for the offensive line is really communication and playing beside certain guys and knowing how they play. But he's played left tackle before. That's something he knows. It's like riding a bike. So that's easy for him, to be thrusted back in that position. No problem. What they wanted to see is, hey, can you play right tackle with these other positions is what is the challenge for him. Okay. His being able to, gel together with whoever the left guard is going to be, hearing it from the center, the calls are pretty much the same. If it's fan or, it's an in, or I got this guy, zone, man, nothing really changes. You just know what the protection is. And so if, 6 man, 7, however you do it. Okay. That's the declaration. But I think that's easy for him. So I don't think it's a mistake at all. He's fine in that regard. My thing is, if he has to become that guy, he can be that guy. And he's played really well at that position. So he had a good showing over there at right tackle as well. So Jaylon Moore is becoming such a valuable piece to what we do. Even though let's say he doesn't start, he's still a valuable piece because he can play any position. You can put him anywhere and he could probably succeed. And I think if a guy learns how to do more and he gets pretty good at it, he puts himself in a very good position. And I always say this, Marcus, the more you can do, the better off you're going to be. So I think he's going to be fine.
Mike Brand says, has Simmons taken any snaps at any other positions on the line? That's a pretty good indicator. He has not taken it. From as far as I know, he's not taking any other snaps besides first team left tackle snaps.
That sucker better not. I don't want him going nowhere else. Hey, coach, no, you stay right here. That's all you do. This is your job. We got you here for this job. That's it. I don't want you snapping the ball. I don't want you moving down inside. You stay over here at left tackle, okay? Because that's your position. We ain't putting Creed Humphrey out there at right tackle or left tackle, right? We want Creed Humphrey to play his position. That is center, and he plays it very well. So that's what you do. So
the fact that pretty much he knows left tackle. He's already proven he can play left tackle. It's more about like this kind of training is maybe more about like, okay, can you play right tackle? Can you play left guard? Just kind of testing him out, seeing what he can do, his capabilities and his capacity and what he can do. And I mean, obviously we saw him play right tackle. He was fantastic at it, and he's rotated with the left guard spot with Kingsley as well. So it's been kind of more about just kind of getting a feel for, I mean, right, Jay, isn't that a lot about what training camp is for these coaches to kind of get a feel for these new players they have to kind of see what their capabilities are more so than like, just like the left tackle spot, right? Like, we want to play left tackle, just see how he can learn the nuances. They already knew he could do that. That's why they brought him in the first place. This is more about, can you do the other things? And what you said, making yourself, available at all these other positions and kind of giving yourself more.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I think, because he is an athletic guy, it's always good to see what a guy can do. And usually what a guy, he plays, a certain position like left tackle. If he has a little bit of history playing other places, you're like, okay, you do have a background of doing this. So let's use you over here if we needed to. And the reason is because we paid Jaylon Moore a lot of money to come here. Okay. He's worth every penny. You're looking to see, hey, look, even if he doesn't, let's just say scenario, Jawan Taylor gets hurt, Jaylon Moore can absolutely go over at right tackle to go play. Okay. If it comes in next year, and then, that's down the road, right? They decided to make a move in that position, Jaylon Moore can play that position, especially if Josh Simmons has submitted himself, okay, entrenched himself in being the left tackle for the future, franchise guy, which I think he has. I don't think there's any question about who this dude is. I've never had that question in the draft we was getting him. So that's his spot. That's his spot. Unless something happens to him, that belongs to Josh Simmons, period. Okay. So I just believe that Moore could move up and down the line if he wanted to. If you needed him to do it, he could. So that could even say go to guard, maybe. Marcus, could he do it? Sure, I'd give it a shot, give it a try. And so I know Pono Kawhi. What's up, Pono? Pono that came through here. What's up, Pono? Pono said, isn't right tackle easier than left tackle? Because of the pass rush down today, you had to be as proficient at right tackle almost as you do at left. Usually before you have left tackle, obviously he's protecting the blind side, and still that's the hard part for the quarterback. Absolutely, right tackle might be easier because the quarterback might be able to see a guy in his vision and change. He can only feel a guy coming on his backside. So as far as relatively to the position, it's not necessarily easier because who you're going against, but it may be easier for the quarterback to see a guy in his vision if he needs to bail or step up or whatever he needs to do. But both guys, left tackle, right tackle, man, this day and age, you got pass rushers on either side that are absolute dogs. So, I mean, look at Bossa and shoot, TJ Watt. They made sure they would have them going against the right tackle. That's where they are. Why? Because they always looked at the right tackle being a weak link. Nope, not today. No more. So
and Crosby too.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. It kind of just occurred to me that the two big signings we've had at the tackle positions, but during the Mahomes era, Jaylon Moore is one of them, based on because we traded for Orlando Brown, we didn't sign him, and then Jawan Taylor, which when we signed him, it was like, oh, based on his contract, he'll probably be playing left tackle, and then later on that offseason, we end up signing Donovan Smith to be the left tackle. So I think it's funny that and then now Jaylon Moore signed him to be left tackle, but then we find out a couple months later that Josh Simmons is available at the pick 32, and I guess that there goes the left tackle dream for Jaylon Moore.
Yeah, you got to pull him. Shoot, pull that joker. I know he's sitting there like, oh, man, he's going to make it. Oh, yes. Go ahead and get him. And look, to me, that's your safe pick. Fail safe, right? That's what you do. So they ain't wasting no money getting a Jaylon Moore here. So he's a very capable guy. So,
and look, I mean, we've had offensive line injuries throughout the season. I mean, look at last year, we had injuries, and now you have Jaylon Moore. If that does happen, you have a guy who can play multiple positions throughout the O-line. So, I mean, anybody who and I saw a lot of this too, is a lot of people now saying and looking, hindsight, right? It's like, oh, we shouldn't have spent all that money on Jaylon Moore. First off, we didn't spend a lot of money on Jaylon Moore. Was it 2 years, $20 million, or 2 years, $30 million? About 15 a year, I would say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For a guy who can start in multiple positions on your offensive line in high capacity in doing so, it's not a lot of money, in theory. But as far as it's not a waste of money because we've had experiences where we've had injuries on the O-line. To have that fail safe, like you said, that's a big deal to have. And so Brett Veach was very smart in doing that because, and at the end of the day, we didn't know we were going to get Josh Simmons at 32. That just happened to happen.
Yep. That's right. So great problem to have, man. We in a good spot on all O-line. We are. And I know people had questions, obviously, on left guard and stuff. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay. I don't have any issues whatsoever with the guys that's there, that's getting reps there. We'll be fine. We'll be okay. We got capable guys on the line of scrimmage that we're going to be all right.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So we're going to, Scott Van Selhan says 2020. You damn right it is, Scott.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.